All right, let's jack in. The signal they're broadcasting out there is just pure static. System instability, a market that's about to crash. But if you actually look at the raw code, what you see isn't a system failure. No, it's a wealth transfer protocol. It's a glitch, but it's a glitch with a purpose, designed to move assets from your partition over to the institutional one. The only question is, which side of that firewall are you on?
And boom, right there, that's our exploit. It's a single line buried deep in their own trade magazines. The suits are flat out admitting that this huge push into what they call alternatives, it's not even backed by data. It's based on a belief, a story. And let me tell you, when the smart money stops talking numbers and starts selling you a story, it's because the real numbers tell a completely different one.
So that's the mission today. The media, the suits, they're all screaming crash. But the data is whispering transfer. So first, we're going to decode their fear broadcast. Then we're going to dive into the data stream and find the truth.
Okay, let's tune in. This is the official story. The signal they're beaming directly into the minds of every retail investor on the planet. Just pay attention to the pattern here. First up, you got Forbes, just amplifying the chaos. And notice the language: stumble, cross-currents, volatility. This isn't analysis, people. This is mood lighting. It's designed to make you feel lost, like you're flying blind through an asteroid field. Then bam! The street wheels out the big guns. An authority figure. The president of Goldman Sachs, no less. And the message? A blunt take as the market retreats. The subtext here couldn't be clearer. A high priest of finance is telling you it's time to panic, time to run. And finally, Investopedia. The place we all started. They come in to seal the deal. Lower for the fourth straight session. Under pressure. They're painting this picture of a relentless, unstoppable decline. The message from all channels is the same. The sky is falling. Sell everything. But here's the thing. While that broadcast is telling you to run for your life, the actual data stream is showing something, well, something completely different. An anomaly. A glitch. And that's where we find the truth.
So let's be super clear about the rules of engagement here. What you just heard, that was the official narrative, the story. Now we're going to run the ape analysis, the data theory. This is just educational banter, okay? We are not telling you what to do with your bananas. We're just looking at the patterns. And this is the core question, isn't it? If the suits and their media buddies are so worried about you protecting your capital, what are they doing with their capital? So let's do that. Let's follow the money, not the headlines, the money.
Okay, Exhibit A, we're tapping into the public filings, the 13 Fs from Dataroma. This is the one place the whales have to show their cards, so let's see if their hand matches the story they're telling us. And what do you know? Here's the glitch. While they're broadcasting fear, the so-called gurus, the super investors, are buying. I mean, look at this. The legend Stan Druckenmiller. He's not selling. He's adding over 3.6 million shares of Roper Technologies. Other whales are just loading the boat with T-Mobile, ConocoPhillips, Nike. These aren't little bets, you guys. This is serious, high-conviction buying that completely contradicts the fear they're pushing on TV.
I mean, let's just put this into perspective. While some Goldman Sachs exec is on TV telling you to be scared, Stan Druckenmiller is quietly moving over $1.6 billion into one stock. That is not protecting capital. That is a diamond-handed move of epic proportions. They aren't just buying the dip. It looks like they're engineering the dip and then buying it from you for cheap.
So if their words and their actions are complete opposites, there's got to be a motive, right? Why tell the public to be afraid while you're secretly buying up public companies? Well, it's because they're not just trying to get you to sell. They're trying to sell you something else entirely. And here it is, the motive, spelled out right in their own publications. See how it works? First, they create a problem. Ooh, public markets are scary. There's debt, not enough buyers. Then they sell you their solution, an increased need for private credit, private markets, their product.
So let's just compare these two systems, right? Public markets, yeah, they're chaotic, but they're transparent. You can see the price, you can get in and out. They're liquid. Apes like us can play. Now, private markets, totally opaque. Your money is locked up for years. That's what illiquid means. And here's the kicker. They are loaded with insane fees that go straight into the suits' pockets. This really just says it all, doesn't it?
They're trying to convince you to leave the main casino floor, where at least you can see the cards, and enter their private VIP room. Except in this room, the drinks are 10 times the price, the doors are locked behind you for years, and you have to pay them a fortune for the privilege of being their prisoner. It's a hell of a trap. All right, time to put it all together. We've decoded the fear signal, we've tracked the whale money, and now we've found the motive. It's time to connect the code and see what this program is actually designed to do.
And here's the algorithm. It's a simple 3-step play. Step 1, broadcast fear. Use all your media partners to just flood the zone with FUD, fear, uncertainty, and doubt. Step 2, shake out retail. Diamond hands are pretty rare. When you pump enough fear into the system, the paper hands fold, and they sell their good stocks at a discount. And then step 3, acquire and upsell. The whales swoop in, buy up all those cheap assets, while their sales guys funnel all that panicked retail money into their high-fee, illiquid private funds. See? It's not a crash. It's a harvest.
So what do you do with this information? Simple. You upgrade your own operating system. You stop reacting to the noise they're making, and you start recognizing the pattern they're running. This kind of knowledge isn't just power. In this game, it's alpha.
So here are the new subroutines for your system. Number 1, trust data, not drama. 2, watch what they do with their money, not what they say with their mouths. 3, remember, this whole thing is a casino. Your only job is to learn the house rules so you can spot when the game is rigged. And finally, the most important one, the glitch, that gap between their words and their actions, that is the opportunity.
And as always, I have to say this has been an exercise in pattern recognition. This is not financial advice. We're just pointing at anomalies in the code. What you do with that information, that's on you. So please always do your own research. We are watching this chart like a hawk. While you wait for the next candle, grab your free gear. Sign up for Public to get $20 in free assets. Check Webull for that BTC promo. Or grab your NVDA stock on Moomoo. Links are in the description. Smash the like. Subscribe to the tribe. Apes Together Strong. They just showed you their entire playbook. They told you the game they're playing and exactly how they plan to win. So there's only one question left to ask. What's your move? Let me know down in the comments. End of line.